Not another timber. Yes, guys, another timber. E-Flite, brand new, 1.7 meter. You see the color, you see the size, you see the three-bladed prop on the front. This thing is amazing. Now, when E-Flite drops these timbers, everybody's always kind of like, why another one? Listen, I had a conversation with my good friend Pete, who's an aerospace engineer. This plane right here, the E-Flite Timber, is essentially the iPhone of airplanes. How Mac always kind of fine-tunes them and re-releases them every now and again, giving you a new reason to buy one. Horizon Hobby and E-Flite do the same thing with these planes. Now this right here is the best one yet, in my opinion, of the foamies. I never had the balsa one, but of the foamies, top tier right here. And if I could only have one or two planes in my collection, this is definitely the one. And I'm not just saying that. I have 3 early release planes, and of them, this is definitely my favorite. Now, bunch of new stuff. And before I even tell you about it, setup, I want to circle back to the setup because that's actually the first amazing part. They definitely solved a lot of issues that I personally have when bringing a plane to a field. We only need the plane and the wings. The wing spar tucks into the fuselage in its own compartment, which is super nice. Now I'm doing this one-handed, so I knocked the canopy off. But I don't have to worry about forgetting this at home. The wings are also quick connect, which makes it super easy to put them on. You don't have to mess with any wires. Now, my favorite part of this plane, which I've never seen on an E-Flite plane, once the wings are on, you turn it over, there's no screws. It's this little clip here. Now, if I had 2 hands and it doesn't fully clip, you just kind of shake the wing until it locks into place. Makes it very convenient and takes about 3 minutes, probably less, to get this thing out of the car and set up. Now also with the tail, if you do want to take it off, 2 little buttons here. You're just going to have to disconnect the elevator control arm and you're ready to pretty much bring this thing home in any size car. Now setting it up is super simple, and this is the first model that they ever put air-filled tires on. Now, if you're not in budget to buy this plane, but you do want a model with these tires, they will be available for sale. Tires, rims, pump, $39.99. They're the lightest in its class, so for that price, that is absolutely amazing. Upgraded power system, 85 amp ESC. I can't remember the kV of the motor, but I will leave it on the screen. 4S 3200 all the way to 6S 5000 milliamp batteries. Now, with that smaller 4S pack, you probably will be a little tail heavy. I have flown this with bigger than 6S 5000. No problem with CG, all in, amazing airplane. These slats right here are now removable, so you don't have to glue them on. They're quick connect. I like flying with slats, so I'm leaving those on. That rear landing gear beefed up big time. That's the type of landing gear you're typically gonna see on like a bigger style ARF, so it's super cool that they put that on. On the bottom right here, we even have tracks. This doesn't come with floats, but it comes with the float hardware. So if you wanna buy the float separate, you can do that. You already have the hardware, and that's gonna be for the rudder. So all in, solid plane. This thing is absolutely amazing. In my opinion, the one thing I wish they would have changed is in regards to the receiver. We have a 6-channel receiver with safe, which is great. I wish they did an 8-channel. Reason being, I wish I could set a flight mode where I had full span ailerons, but I could also use the flaps. Flight mode, quick and easy. You can do full span ailerons. You just have to change the wing type. So, I mean, that would be kind of cool. So upgrade to an 8-channel, you have that ability to do that. Now, I'm also a student here, so if you guys figure out a way to do that the way it is, please comment it or DM me because I would love to do that. So anyway, let's get her in the air. Now, another super cool feature that I didn't tell you guys about, they redesigned the battery compartment, or the battery tray rather. So you lift it and you pull it out. Makes it super easy. As you see here, I got a 4000. We could fit a way bigger battery. And there's notches. So depending where you want to put the CG, you can move the battery forward or back. With the 4000 and even 5000, I like it right here in this spot. I think it's perfect. Let's connect this thing and we will get her in the air. Now I'm thinking we got probably 5 to 8 mile an hour wind, nothing too crazy. All right, now I do have safe set up to a switch. I'm gonna take off without safe. I'm gonna fly around no safe for a bit. Let's do half flaps on takeoff. I like them air-filled tires. Now I'm aired down a lot. I'm probably aired down a little more than I should for this kind of runway, but do a nice scale takeoff here. Gets up, a little more power, and we'll lift. Shut those flaps off. We'll bring it around. So for a second, I'm gonna fly it just the way a lot of you guys that buy this for the first time would fly it. Probably 40% throttle right now. Just a nice flying plane. AS3X, as always, is tuned perfectly. What am I? Let's go 50% throttle. I'm not even gonna touch the throttle or the rudder. Going all aileron, little elevator, bringing it around. The colors are sweet, dude. So easy to see. We've got those lights up front. Nice flying plane. All right, now let's do some flight characteristics here. We're gonna do a fast pass, then we'll do a slow pass. We'll start fast. You can see the power of that 6S. Now I do have a 4S pack, so I'm gonna fly that too. Power's coming on. Now remember, we have slats. Let's go climb. Nice roll rate even in the climb, and we'll bring it down. Now I'm gonna turn out that way. I'm gonna bring full flaps out. We'll do a nice slow pass. Now I'm a slat flyer. I don't think it flies that much different without the slats. You know, you might get a little better top end speed, but with the slats it really helps on that slow flight. So that's why I like them. Now I'm gonna leave the flaps out. We're gonna fly around nice and low and nice and slow. A lot of rudder here. You don't have to worry about this thing stalling, which I'm gonna do a stall test in a second and show you guys. Bring it to a high alpha and let you see what it does. But look how nice, it almost looks slow motion. The 1.7, I think it makes a big difference, that wingspan. It's not a light plane either, man. It's got good weight. I'm gonna put the weight on the screen right here. You can check that out. So I'm gonna shut the flaps off. We're gonna bring it into a high alpha. Okay. I'm going, that's it. I'm holding the high alpha, right? And I'm not using the rudder. You see that wing rock? It's not stalling to the point where it's gonna fall out of the sky. You see, if you notice my hands, I'm not touching the aileron, I'm not touching the rudder. My hand's close to it just in case it does stall. I have enough, you know, I'm close enough to throttle out of it. But that wing rock is essentially it's stalling, but by the time it goes the other way, there's enough wind moving over the wing to correct itself. And that's why we're getting that rock. So it's nice that it doesn't just fall out of the sky. Let's do a nice stick jam. Good plane right here, guys. Plenty of power too. Now, I didn't adjust any of my settings like mechanical or max travel, right? So this is just the way you're gonna fly it. Now, granted, if you max out, let's say your elevator or your ailerons to 150 instead of the 100, that stall is gonna be a little bit different. So keep that in mind. You know, you probably see a couple other videos of guys messing with the CG or maxing out the travel and they'll say, oh, it has a harsh stall. That's because once you start playing with those control surfaces, it changes the stall point. So watch, throttle's off. That's the stall. Throttle on. Very recoverable. Now, I want you to notice my hands on this next pass. I'm gonna go inverted. One of my favorite things about this plane is it literally flies just as good inverted. Look at my hands. I'm not touching it. It needs slight up input. Now, if I was going a little faster, it'd probably need less. It doesn't need any. So that's a nice feature with this. Let's keep it inverted. Let's bring it in front of us, nice and low. Guys, there's a reason I'm telling you that this would be one of my only planes. Flight envelope. Flies slow, flies fast, easy to get to the field. Look at this thing. Another thing too, I got a 4,000 and we'll fly the full 5 minutes, right? I'm gonna do a touch and go and you'll see we're really not using that much battery. So with a 5,000, you'll probably get 6 to 8 minutes of flight on these. So we'll full flaps, bring it in for a nice little touch and go. See, I need to add a little bit of air for this kind of runway. Bring it into a hover. Now, it might be a little easier to hover if you guys do full span ailerons rather than the way I have it set up. But for a plane of this style, I much rather have flaps. It's important to me for a bush plane to have flaps. Full speed, roll rate, stick jam, come out of that. Beautiful. Well, all right. What do we got? 30 seconds on my timer. I'm gonna bring it in for a land. Throttle is off, coming in slow. I'm not even gonna throttle up on that land. Just gonna leave the throttle off. Oh, a little bouncy. Guys, I think you're starting to see why I like this thing so much. Now here's what I want to do. I want to put another battery in this thing, and I want to play with safe a little bit and show you how it flies with safe and how a beginner can fly a plane of this size. So let's swap out that battery, which is going to take me all of about 3 seconds, and we'll get this thing back in the air. Now, as per the timer, we were up exactly 4 minutes and 30 seconds on a 4006S. So let's see what this battery's at right now. Loving how easy that is to take out. Let's see. 3.92 volts a cell, 64%. So even on a 4000, probably would have got another minute till we were at 3.8. So 6 minutes on a 4000, I think is pretty solid. So like I said, 5000, you're gonna get 6 to 8. I'm saying more to 8, depending how you fly. If you're flying this full on like a stunt plane, you're obviously gonna get less. Let's swap this out, put this 5000 in, get this thing back in the air. Now, for those of you that are watching this, my channel for the first time, first off, welcome. Second, I just want to show you how safe works and why it's so effective. So if I'm going left aileron with safe on, you see how first off, it only goes 90%. That's the way I have it set. You could set it to way less. Now, with it off, it's going to go more. So safe is on. When I go left, right, you're going to see those ailerons level out. It's called bank limit. So this is as far as it's going to allow this plane to go. Now, when I shut it off, I have full control. I'll be able to go inverted. Same thing happens with the elevator, same thing happens with the rudder. So safe essentially is gonna keep our plane level. It's self-leveling. Now I'm gonna show you on the sticks while I'm flying. If you're flying inverted or you're doing something crazy and you lose orientation, you whack that switch and this thing is gonna go straight back to level flight. It's an amazing feature. Horizon really has theirs fine-tuned perfectly. Now let's do it. So I'm gonna take off safe on. No flaps. And we're up. All right, now I'm coming around. I want you to notice right here. I'm gonna fully let go of the sticks. I'm 50% throttle. And it's just flying perfectly level. Now watch, I'm gonna shut safe off, okay? I'm gonna bring it around front. I'm gonna go inverted, right? Now pretend you don't know what's going on. You lost your plane. Hit the switch, right back to level flight. And I didn't set my timer, you guys hear that. So we're gonna go 5 minutes now, I just reset it. It flies super level too. Watch this, 50% throttle. I'm actually gonna come right in front of us with safe on. See there, remote, I could even hear. I'm putting it on the floor. Remote is on the floor. It's flying itself. Beautiful thing. We're gonna do this again. I'm gonna shut safe off. Bring it around, I'm gonna bring it into a knife edge. Right? Oh my God, I don't know what's going on. Hit it, level. We're up, climbing, loose orientation, hit it, level. Now, keep in mind, guys, you need throttle, right? Plane needs to move. So if I'm flying and I have no speed like this and I hit it, it will level, but essentially, eventually the plane will stall. So keep in mind, you want to have at least 50% throttle if you're a beginner. It's what I always recommend to people flying a plane like this. 50% throttle will keep you out of trouble. All right, now let's shut this off. I'm going to do that again. Let's do a nice knife edge pass. Continue to show you guys just what this plane can do. We'll climb. And we're gonna rudder over. Plenty of rudder. Just a top tier plane, man. It's the iPhone of airplanes. In mine and Pete's opinion, this is the iPhone of airplanes right here. Sorry to you Android guys out there. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Full throttle. We're gonna stick jam. What are you guys thinking? Another knife edge, we'll go the opposite way.
Why does it sound like that?
Now keep in mind, I'm flying a high wing plane right now. Huge wingspan with slats, knife edging. And it's a foamy. E-Flite, you guys are seriously stepping it up. You ready? We're losing it, we're losing it, we're losing it. Hit the switch. Level. We're losing it, we're losing it. We're gonna hit the floor, hit it, level. Again, people think you can't use that switch. You could use that switch at any time. Level. Safe, man. Definitely a cool thing. Now I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What are you thinking about this? Is this the best timber to date? I believe it is. I do like the twin timber a lot. I haven't flown the balsa timber, but 1.7 meter is very appealing size. How easy it is to set up is very appealing as well. I had this thing in the back of my Genesis, which is an extremely small car. Now I'm gonna leave those flaps up. So you guys know I call them slam and goes. Ooh, stick, stick, there you go. Now, if you max out all those control surfaces, like I said, it'll definitely hover easier, but it's not a hard plane to hover. I really think they knocked it out of the park with this one, man. I'm a big fan, big fan. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring it in. I wanna do two things. I wanna try 4S with this because I haven't tried 4S yet. See what kind of power we get out of that. I know a lot of you guys probably have 4S packs laying around, and they're cheaper, so we'll see what kind of battery my camera woman's getting further and further into the middle of the runway. Not sure what's going on with that. Let's get rid of this 6S. And yeah, you know, I still have 2 minutes left on my timer. Realistically, I probably still have 5 minutes left on this pack. But let's rip this out. Let's try the 4S. I'm curious how it's gonna do. Well, it's definitely more sluggish. That's full throttle. But I tell you what, it is flyable. 50% throttle. Yeah. Slightly tail heavy. You guys see it's climbing a little bit. But it's very CG forgiving, this plane. You know what? Normally I would say like it feels underpowered, but because this plane has no tendency to stall or want to stall, it's actually fine. Let's see if at high alpha is better with the lighter pack. I don't mind it on 4S. So for those of you wondering if you can fly it on 4S, you definitely can. That's the vertical performance. Nowhere near 8S, 6S rather. All right, we felt it out. Now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring this thing in for a land. Well, let's stick jam real quick. A little slower on that. All right, let's bring it in for a land. Here's what I want to do. Last segment of this, right? 1.7 meter, big plane, a little scary, has safe. I'm not going to put Cheyenne on camera because she doesn't want to, but she is going to fly this right now. She's going to complain about it, but that's all right. I got to air them tires up. I should have brought my pump. All right, let's get that 6S back in this thing. Do you remember what's what? Yep.
That's power.
So as you take off, what do you do with the right stick?
What?
Hey! Just get it up. That's the key. Don't shut the throttle off, remember. Keep that throttle on. 50% is key. On takeoff, you go a little more though. And she's up. All right. Guys, I'm not lying. Last time she flew, she was flying the Habu STS 70 millimeter, and I put a dead battery in it. She said I set her up. How's it feel? Flyable?
Yeah.
Come next to her. Give some input to the people. The people want to know.
Circles are good.
Circles are great.
I feel like you don't even have to. Maybe.
No, that's what I mean. It doesn't feel like it's gonna fall out of the sky. I'm curious to see how you're gonna land. Breaking a propeller today or not? She's doing good.
I can only do left aileron.
Left aileron's all right. Now bring it nice and low. See if you can get a nice land.
It's hard.
The people want to see you land.
All right, hold on. I gotta go out. Which way do I land? Like, these gnats.
Yeah, we're surrounded by gnats, guys. We're fighting gnats.
Coming this way?
Yeah, come that way. That's fine. Just remember, when you get close to the floor, don't jam that stick up like you always do.
Okay.
That's when it nosedives.
All right. Come on, climb.
I don't even know where you are. There you are.
I like it. I'm gonna go out further.
No, you're fine right there. You're gonna shut the throttle to like 10%. Shut the throttle now. And just coast it down. Shut the throttle off. She's telling me to
Oh, wrong way. I don't know.
Well,
I can't see. It's gonna land so far.
it's good. Well, because you gotta shut the throttle.
I know, but I get scared.
It's not gonna fall out of the sky. It has. Safe. That's the new safe symbol. Yo, does your plane have safe? Shut it off. You're way high. Circle.
I know. How do I come back down?
I got faith in you. Take your bets. We replacing a propeller and shut the throttle. That's it. Keep that glide scope. Throttle's off. Throttle is not off.
Oh God, I'm scared, Jay. I don't want to crash this thing. This is nice.
All right, I'm coming over here to show you what to do.
I know what to do. I just let me try. You learn by doing.
All right, you're going way too way too fast.
These gnats.
All right, come on. You got to get it down. We don't have that much battery. I put the other battery in that I used already. Throttle's off?
Yes, but am I near the runway?
No.
No, we're gonna go. Oh, jeez. Alright. See, you gotta land this thing. It's fast. This isn't like the other timber.
All right, we're not gonna break it. Here, I'll take it. Yeah, I got it.
Take this. Bye.
I just want to show you something though while we're doing it.
Well, if I didn't have gnats in my face, you're gonna take me to the swamp.
So look, my throttle's off right now, right? And I'm gonna leave it off. It's still off, and I'm letting the plane just come down by itself.
All right, you're also like
Light elevator.
pro, so
And that's it.
yeah.
Hey. Now real quick, since I brought it down, it is a stall plane, and I didn't show you guys that yet. So on 6S, you ready? We're going full flap, full elevator, full throttle.
It was beeping.
Well, that got up quick. We'll do that one more time. Bring it around. Stall is key. Short takeoff and land. Talk about suspension. All right, here we go. Full elevator, full flaps, full throttle. Oh, I chipped my propeller. Let's bring it in for the final land.
Wasn't me.
I don't think I've gotten a smooth land today. Well, guys, we're going to call that a successful maid, and the reason it was successful is because I have my pilot shorts on. Now, if you think I'm trying to sell you these, I'm not. My mother got them for my birthday, and I have no idea where she got them, but she watches all my videos, so Mom, thank you. Pilot. Should say RC Pilot. RC Pilot. That's the way to do it. Anyway, guys, Super Timber 1.7 meter. This thing is a unit. I'm going to say it again. If I could only have one or two planes in my collection, this is it right here. Powerful flight envelope, air-filled tires, beefy rear landing gear, color's amazing, removable slats, huge ailerons, huge flaps, 3-bladed prop, air-filled tires, just all in, man.
Beginner friendly.
Top tier. Beginner friendly. Cheyenne just flew this thing, although she was too scared to land. We're going to fix that on part 2. But hey, solid unit. E-Flite, you did it again. To all you people watching this, if you're interested in this, it does help the channel if you do purchase it through the link, so make sure you check that out in the description. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. Until next time.